We can get the RustKast thing down, Brian, or we can go do this.
That's kind of my thing, man.
What, not being able to say RustKast?
On three. 1, 2, 3.
RustKast. Did you not see me?
1, 2, 3.
RustKast.
Oh my God.
All right, you ready, Brian?
Still a little out of
Here we go.
time, but
Here we go. 1, 2,
RustKast.
3.
RustKast.
Damn it. Nice try, Brian. Welcome to the RustKast, everybody.
Hello.
we are.
We're American Rust.
Yeah, what he said.
You can see the.
The thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully in editing we can get like across the screen. American Rust, American Rust, American Rust. So RustKast, but Brian can't read. So RustKast.
So here's what's up today.
I don't
We're gonna-
need to read because we can't afford someone to hold cue cards.
I know, right?
It's true.
Yeah. We don't need to teach him how to read. It's okay.
Feel that.
What we're gonna do today, we're gonna toss on a few of our songs here. Pretty much starting from the top, from our self-titled premiere album, and we're gonna chit chat a little bit about inspirations thereof. Oh my God.
We're gonna slap the shit out of
My
Brian.
stress. That's my stress release capo, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to know
oil
what you
it.
do. We don't want to know what you do to release stress, Brian.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll be relieving something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're at the cut again, dude.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm a little scared.
What Judas Rockin' Priest is going on here?
Right.
All right, so yeah, we started on Welcome.
Yes.
And then
Stop the
transitioned to
music!
Some Window.
Yeah. Intro music. We felt it appropriate to introduce ourselves.
Thought we kind of go more of like a Pink Floyd
Yeah.
vibe with this.
Oh yeah,
Real-
we really didn't
real
have a
spacey.
whole heck of a lot of a choice in that, considered the altered state of mind. It was a very, very, very interesting weekend, a very interesting night.
Indeed.
Governmental experiments.
Gotta love them.
Just in case anyone out there decides they want to prosecute, it's the government did it.
Yeah.
Twice.
I seen it.
All weekend long.
Yeah, I don't really know if I want to know this whole story now.
You know,
I wasn't
it was-
there. I
it
wasn't
was-
there, man.
Yeah, Brian was absent because he partied, I guess, too hard.
No, because I was being a responsible adult and not partying.
How boring, dude.
When the hell did that start?
It obviously ended pretty quickly thereafter because he's still part of the band. We got the old trusty courtesy of Brian synthesizer going on a cool little sound that hand him anything and he'll learn how to play it extraordinaire Jim. He was diddly farting around with it.
Oh yeah.
Came up with some really interesting sounds, which you know we heard a little bit of, and it turned into once you pause this here. There you go, and it turned into us kind of jamming along with it because I had recorded it and I played it the next day, and Mitchell heard it and was like, "Huh, what's going on here?" So he grabbed up the guitar and played a little bit to it, and I recorded the guitar with it. We did a little bit of mixing, and Mitch had this like insane idea for an overspeak, and it worked out pretty well. Threw a little effectage on it, and viola. That's
And
French
it
for voila.
was significantly longer.
It was
Oh,
very
significantly longer.
At least 35
I remember
minutes.
you guys wanted to like use the whole
Yeah.
thing, and it's like, no, you said this line right here that ended with, and just the way you said it,
Mhm.
rust, and it's like that's it. It needs to end right there.
Yeah.
That's long enough.
I think it's like, what, a minute 30?
Yeah,
Which is, like,
about a
perfect.
minute and a half. Rewind that a little bit to the transition from Welcome to Window in Time, because I kind of like the way that melded together. Oh yeah. It was a real simple fade out. Right into
Oh yeah.
what I believe to be one of our best songs.
Agreed.
The ever evolving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Window in Time.
I never played the same twice.
Yeah.
So this little thing I'm doing on the guitar, where I'm kind of picking out those notes. We don't do that anymore.
No, that's a bass thing. Now.
Yeah, it's kind of a product of the fact that the song was an acoustic song because we were an acoustic duo.
Right.
And as we transformed into electric, we really hadn't quite figured it out how we were going to play it, and we recorded it. And it's weird because like I'm really proud of it, but at the same time I listen to it, and it's like those notes just they pop out too much.
Yeah.
And, but eventually it will get re-recorded, sort of with the more modern way we do it now that we've kind of
Oh yeah, for sure.
figured out the whole electric thing a little bit more.
Yeah, we're gonna revisit a lot of songs.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, the band's kind of changed structure.
Oh,
You know,
immensely. It went from a two-man acoustic to
Yeah, and I was playing guitar with them where we didn't have a bass player for the longest time, and you know, I kind of elected to go ahead and play bass because it kind of rounded the sound out and everything of what we were doing. So the songs.
And because you're a significantly better bass player than I am.
Yeah, but not Jim. Jim can play anything.
I recorded the bass line on Window in Time.
Yes,
Yep,
on
you
the
sure
CD, Jim recorded the bass line on Window in Time. And the drums.
Mhm.
So, of course, Jim always does drums because
Because these guys
we
suck.
suck.
Yeah. That's a fact.
We suck.
We have no zero rhythm, zero timing.
No, he has zero timing and rhythm. I just have zero rhythm. My timing's okay at best.
It's true. And I can say this because I'm the drummer. I can control it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely say that.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
So these lyrics I was writing, Mitch had the riff. It was an electric guitar riff at the time. He's like, see what you could do with this. So I took it home and kind of transferred it over to something that two people could do on an acoustic. And I was having trouble coming up with lyrics. I didn't think what I came up with there was any good. I mean, you hear the 1,000 points of light thing there. I do a little shout out to Neil Young.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Neil Young fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
But the whole concept there is, look to the skies deep in the night. It's if you ever like really early in the morning, it's still pitch black out, but it's the sun's just about to poke over the horizon, and you look up at the sky, and the stars just seem so bright at that moment. That's deep in the night because the night's almost over, and that's basically what I meant there. And it's like look it up and go, whoa.
Yeah, and when we were structuring the song, as I remember correctly, and it gained a deeper meaning through the lyrical structure that was coming out, and the song would probably mean a lot different things to different people as it should. I mean, everybody takes it into themselves, and at least we hope they do take it into themselves and give it the meaning for themselves. That's why it's kind of a vague.
Misconstrue it and
Misconstrue
misrepresent it.
Yes,
Please.
absolutely.
He said it.
But I mean, the song's kind of a representation to me, at least, and that's I can only put my own opinion in this. Is how when you get older, you kind of lose track of those. I mean, we all want one thing in life, and that's that belly laugh you get when you're a little kid. That feeling that of just utter joy and happiness and magical.
The Wanderlust.
Yeah, the wanderlust. It's a feeling that you need, that everybody as an adult strives to get, and you kind of lose that in your adulthood.
Not me.
Except Brian.
I pursue misery and feed upon it.
Yeah,
Wow.
he does. He's pretty evil.
I've seen it.
motherfucker.
Language.
Yes, language.
Yeah, it's called English.
Learn to speak it.
English, yes. But yeah, I mean, this is about kind of trying to hold on to that wanderlust, and to me, and keeping things magical and not letting everything kind of, blow out. Yeah, that's just which I do find myself doing a whole lot, but I still try to hang on. And but to me, that's what the song represents. Period. That's all I got to say.
Go ahead and continue that.
I'm gonna pause right here. Yeah. Do like a background vocals. I don't do the that. when I first recorded it, I really loved it because it just kind of had that droning, the oversound to it.
It worked. It worked with the recording.
Right.
In
But
a
it's
live
kind of
setting.
redundant though because you can already hear that note in your head if you already listened to the song. You know. And another thing too is I really wish I was using actual sticks during the recording of the album because there'll be so much more punch to it, man. I'm using brushes here, and I just really wish I was using sticks.
Yeah, that was back when we were still kind of we were still working on those transitioning from acoustic to electric.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, but the lyrics here in this, caught in this moment like some fool on a leash. Every time I hear that, I think of "Freak on a Leash" by Korn.
Yeah.
Which, it was initially what I said that, and I'm like, well, yeah, but that's kind of a Korn thing, so I changed it to "Fool on a Leash," which really made more sense anyway in the context of the song.
Right.
But yeah, caught in this moment like some fool on a leash, a window in time my gaze just won't release. And I mean, the whole song is really, it's just a moment in time. That's all the lyrics are about. And the idea of the window in time is looking up at the stars, which is this light that's millions of years old. That sort of concept. And to tell me it's science, because I had brought up that whole, like, man, why do the stars seem so much brighter, like, at the last part of the night? And he said there was some scientific reason behind it. I don't remember what you said. But that kind of brought that into view, but it's so tragic, sounds cool.
Yeah. But that adds to the, to the wanderlust. I mean, because it is kind of tragic, All science explains it. But you know what? You just want to look at it and just, you know what? It just is because it's magic.
The science can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
Language!
Oh, sorry.
It's
Go
called
fuck
English.
itself.
Yeah.
Not much more to add about this particular verse. It's just kind of the moment after the first moment in the first verse.
Yeah. So it's like
Sort
the
of.
second moment in
Yeah,
time.
the second moment, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sort of, you had that moment, and then you're watching that, you're seeing that moment's going away, sort of thing.
Oh, and a tear.
Tears and snot.
Right. Boogers everywhere.
That allergies, man. I got wicked hay fever.
Hey, fever.
During this part of the song, I really wanted to capture the that old school. I just popped a cassette into my little boombox in the bedroom feeling, and that sound.
I think you captured it.
I hope I did a good enough job for you guys with that. That was actually a heck of a challenge for me to try to find that sound, just the way I would remember popping in that old Danzig tape or that old Leonard Skinner tape, and that you can hear the magnet. You can hear the magnet.
Yeah.
You can hear the magnet and the motor turning, and
Right, and that was a real big challenge for me. And once I jumped that hurdle, though, I knew that I had a pretty good foothold in being able to work at least this particular song pretty well for you guys. And once again, I really hope I did a good enough job for you guys.
Oh, you did.
I just wanted to point that out.
something that we also haven't mentioned yet is that this actually has me on vocals.
Yes.
And Mike hadn't actually started singing.
Oh
for
yeah,
us
no,
yet.
yeah, I hadn't. I was only in production.
When you hear the next version of this, yeah, it's gonna blow your mind.
Completely.
This particular lead, I was playing on guitar here. In the newer version, I play a bass lead to it. It's almost the exact same guitar lead, but played on bass. It gives it a different dynamic. I don't know better or worse, and you guys.
I dig it. I dig the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's not something that you hear every day as a bass lead in the middle of a hard song, but
Yeah.
it's.
But you nailed it.
Yeah, this whole part of the song is always really fun to play, and
Yeah.
it was really fun to come up with too.
Oh yeah.
Because I know
absolutely.
you had that initial riff that it started out with, the da 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 da,
Yeah.
and went through that, and it was just that. And I'm like, there needs to be a change there. And so we shifted to doing that C to D thing, where I play my little lead over, and then we do that twice. When it jumps back to E, obviously I go back into the rhythm and then back into lead, and then we come back out, and then it comes to this sort of climb thing that sort of is basically playing the main riff of the song backwards, but with altered chords, and kind of rise up and then rise just a little bit further than where the song normally starts, and then shifts back to the riff to come out, and
yeah, it adds a dynamic, and it actually added the structure to where I could put a lead like that in there. You know, plus, I mean, it also give it breathing room for Jim to, you know, do his thing in there.
Isn't this the part where he goes bam on the cowbell?
Oh, throughout this entire
Oh,
section,
it's
there's
on-
constant cowbell. I even took a separate track
Yeah.
just to record the cowbell.
Yes.
in there.
Yeah, we made sure.
I keep hearing that little climb there that we do in
Yeah.
between those 1-2 chords. That
Yeah.
E to that G, da da da.
We heard the only person that did it in the recording was Jim on the drums. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
dun.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, so the guitar had to follow it. Just didn't have a choice.
Harmonics.
I still love that effect.
Oh, yeah,
I really
absolutely.
do. That's the one part of the song I wish we need to just keep.
Yeah, and we actually we have the version that we had kind of worked up after this, and then just here recently came up with a whole nother version that's a little bit mellower and closer to the acoustic version. So we have like 2 different ways that we kind of do the song right now, not even counting if we're doing it acoustic.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Next up is drifting.
Drifting. This has got to be.
Oh, and one other note on Window in Time, it was the first song that we wrote together. And this is the second, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Worked out perfect.
Unless Where Did He Go came in between
I
there.
think Where Did He Go came in between that, but we won't talk about Where Did He Go.
We will. One day we will.
Just not right
It's a good little song, man. We're not going to let you live it down.
It belongs on Barney and Friends or something.
You know, I was with it being the season, as you know. And interesting enough, did you hear about the box Christmas tree? Somebody set it on fire.
now.
And of course, there are all kinds of theories. I have my own little theory on this.
Okay.
It was a retail employee. I want you to think about this. Someone who has spent 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, possibly more, hearing nothing but Christmas songs. I've worked several retail jobs around this time of year, and it will drive you insane.
So if
And I want you to think about this. In Guantanamo, they play loud music over and over again as torture. So I have no doubt in my mind that someone went insane, was out living on the streets, saw that tree, and finally snapped and set it on fire.
In other words, be nice to retail employees.
Yeah.
So if Kroger
And bah humbug.
So if Kroger and Finley,
And
Ohio,
humbug, too.
yeah, if Kroger and Finley catches fire, Brian Albright did not do it.
We will keep this on.
I'll ask you.
Did not do it.
I worked at Walmart, and around this time of year, nothing but Christmas songs. I'm pretty sure Lowe's was the same way. Kroger actually not that way.
Really?
And they do,
Nice.
yeah, they're sparsed in there, and it's absolutely bearable.
Now we know why you got that job. All right, let's do her.
So this little opening riff, that was you brought that to me, Mr. Mitch did. For those who are listening and not watching, me just saying you might be a little bit confusing.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
Mr. Mitch. All right, yeah, let's listen to some. Need some inspiration.
Funny thing about this song. So the 2 chords we're using there are the same chords as another song that I think, I wasn't even thinking it at the time, but I just think the general sound we had sort of led me in this direction. It's I'm Your Captain by, I want want to say Grateful Dead, but no, Grand Funk.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me. Realize afterwards, after we had come up with it, that just for the fact of using those two same chords back and forth, even though it's obviously a different rhythm and everything, and there's a little bit of different movement within the chords there, but I think it just, having known that song, it kind of inadvertently just sort of drove the direction of where the lyrics were going to go with it.
Alice in Chains drove me to do that little beginning part. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a direct rip off of Alice in Chains, but it was inspired by Alice in Chains. And another thing, Brian came to me with some lyrics for this, and they weren't quite the same, 100% the same. We kind of structured it together, but he was singing the verse in a way to where it didn't sound right, and I kept telling him, I'm like, Brian,
Yeah.
it's a story. Sing it like it's a story, like you're telling these people something, And he fiddled with it for a while, and that's pretty much what came out. Was
Kind of
how
going from singing it to more of a speak sing type thing.
Yeah, kind of relaxed. Dark and waves brought me in.
It wasn't working.
Don't do that.
I was trying to sing it multiple different ways, and it's like, don't sing it.
Yeah, because it was like the first thing I heard him do that actually, the first lyric that he brought that sounded, it was an actual story. So it's like, tell it like it's a story.
Actually, I'm pretty sure this first verse was you wrote, actually.
Yeah.
I just wish I had my chimes for the recording. I got them now,
Sorry.
but not for the recording.
Hey, we might end up re-recording the entire CD. You never
True.
know.
Like I said, we're going to revisit a lot of these songs.
Right. Yeah. That's that bass line just kind of.
It made the song.
I don't know about making the song.
No, it
I
absolutely
appreciate
did.
that being said, but I was just feeling it that day.
I mean,
that was just
that's
all
where it's supposed to
was,
come
like,
from.
It was a good little song beforehand,
Yeah.
but it was just
But
two,
when
you know,
you added
two
that bass
acoustic
line to
guitars.
it,
But it was just, it was something that would have been on the back end of the album,
Yeah.
and that if you were playing live, you might break it out. And now it's like with that bass line, it's one of her most popular ones.
Yeah.
I think it might be the top played song.
It's
Pretty
just,
sure.
It's one of the top.
I was sitting here trying to think, well, how did they come up with that? And I was just sitting here just
You're
feeling
feeling
it, and
Yeah.
just what came out. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
It's got this moment in here to
Yeah.
kind of breathe.
Yeah, it's got to breathe, but then there's a part that comes up that I find completely hilarious, and I cannot listen to the song without laughing. And that is play that stuff.
Here.
I don't know what he was thinking.
What?
He wasn't going up. He was whooping down. He was whooping.
Up and down and over and under.
Yeah, I always found that funny because he almost always sang it that way.
I had no idea.
I was like whooping down.
Oh yeah, we always got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah.
This is the first time hearing about it. I sit here
Because
hiding
the laugh
things
was at your
against me, just
expense,
laughing behind my back.
Yeah.
Well, we told you.
No,
about
we
it.
were
No, we were right in front of you.
Right in front of you.
You just didn't know why.
Right. I did make mention of it.
Oh yeah.
I did make mention of it several times, and I think Jim made mention of it several times, and I know Mike made mention of it
Never to
several
me.
times.
Whoop.
You were right there when we were saying it.
Well, you can see your guitar
Brian,
too, but if you have a guitar in
whooping
your hand.
down. And you just kept laughing, and it's like whooping
I
down.
don't
man.
recall this at all.
Whooping down.
It's okay.
That's all right.
We told him.
Yeah, we told.
I don't think you told me.
We did.
We did. Just keep going.
Alternating state of mind. So.
Clouds dance and the breeze warms my skin. Lost in the world, but a new life begins.
Now this particular verse, I came up with the beginning of it, and then you came up with the end of it.
Yeah, it's just. No, go ahead.
I know.
So we haven't really talked about the meaning of the song yet. And it's actually very similar to Window in Time.
Yeah.
Sort of a different viewpoint, and also kind of with a little bit of the vibe of finding peace after chaos in your life.
Yeah, if you listen to the lyrics.
Sort of like being shipwrecked and drifting along, but through that, finding that Zen moment sort of thing.
Yeah, basically, the world takes a on you. Sometimes, things don't go your way.
I think we have the sound effect for that.
No, Brown, we're good.
Get the sound effects straight up in that way.
Yeah, right, because we don't need to smell, hear that.
We don't need to smell.
But, yeah, it's happened to all of us. And, everyone, just everyone it's happened to, life just takes a crap on you, it seems sometimes. Things don't go your way. And, me, I've had to start over several times in my life, and I kind of reflected on that in a lot of the lyrics that we wrote for it. But through all that, I also had the foresight to take appreciation of what was going on right now. Look, this is what's going on, and it's going in a good direction. So when the world takes a crap on you,
Crap back.
yeah, well, just the old adage, like those your lemons make lemonade.
Crap back.
For every door that's shut, another, window's going to be open. So, just take what you learned, and maybe you can make something even better than you had before. It's really an inspirational song. And it also shows gratefulness. And I just got to say this: I'm grateful for everyone in this room and everything. Everyone that's afforded us this opportunity. You guys, Uncle Walt and his wife Steph, just, your mom, you, and just everybody that's around me. I'm grateful for everyone. It doesn't seem like it sometimes because I could be a douchebag. Yeah. But I really am.
Make annoying phone calls at like 9 o'clock at night, right when I wake up and about to go to work. And
Right. Okay, now back to
had a little bit of a...
Yeah.
Don't drunk dial your friends either, please. Unless you're in a really, really bad place.
Yeah, man, the chorus and just everything in that song. Just the lyrics,
Absolutely.
Just and also the way the fucking bad word. How you mixed in the ocean right there in the beginning as well.
Absolutely.
Man, perfect, dude.
The flow of that song.
And of course, with the restructuring of the band, the lead is a bit different now.
Yeah. Yeah, the lead's a bit different now. Because I don't play it no more.
Anything else on this song?
No.
I just love listening to it.
Great song.
Brian chases it all the time.
Sometimes the wind chases you.
Only when it comes from him.
I think I basically wrote this song starting at the front to the end of it.
We were just kind of dicking around in the dining room playing it, I remember a few times. The next thing you know.
Yeah. I just completely lost my train of thought there.
Yeah! Chase the wind.
But specifically I used the number 47 in there, 47 days, because it's a prime number. I do know that.
Yeah.
I wanted a number that seemed like it was a certain length of time, and I thought it should be a prime number, like it stands alone. Only divisible by itself, and 1.
And one.
So yeah, it's
Math.
It's a math.
This song is about math.
Math song.
It's about math, kid. Math and bodily functions.
What? No bodily functions in there.
Believe me, there's quite a few bodily
Ain't it a shame?
Snare.
Yeah,
Really?
it really.
Yeah, it's like what the song wanted.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the song called for that, and it's like you delivered.
Oh yeah.
I mean, straight up delivered. You know, like little. You know,
Signed and sealed.
Start calling you Mr.
Deliver.
Postman.
yeah,
The what?
Mr. Postman.
Mr.
Postman.
Hey, oh, wait a minute, Mr. Post. Hey. See right
Yeah.
there.
Playing it now.
Yeah, I had to actually learn this lead.
and yeah,
We have noticeably different styles.
yeah,
But
very noticeably. I'm more.
I
of
thought
a,
it's a cool lead. It's like that lead just works for that song. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, it's catchy.
yeah. It just.
Your
it really
adaptation of
works.
it though is pretty.
Yeah,
good.
it's a little bit different. Obviously, some of me is gonna come through it.
Oh, yeah.
Some
So
of
it's
my
got more of
piss
a-
poor guitar playing.
No, it's got more of a bluesier feel than it did when I,
Right.
than when I do it. Brian's got more of a bluesy style. I mean, obviously I can play the blues, but it's something about the way he plays guitar, lead guitar, and the way I do. I tend to put more of a metal edge or a heavier edge on it than he does, and I'm more of a, I guess. I'll play it like I was singing it. To where Brian's more of a technical blues guy,
I don't know. Technical, I don't think is the word you're looking for there.
No, it's there's a little bit of technical.
Unless you mean, well, technically, if you mean it like that.
Right.
Technically bluesy.
Yeah, he's technically he's a bluesy guy. But yeah, I just think that what you're doing with that lead, I respect what you're doing. It's
good.
I'm glad you're adding your own to it. It sounds really good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Normal songwriting structure, it would come after.
Right.
But the song's about being different, so I intentionally wanted to be different here.
Yeah.
And plus, it kind of works out. It just has a good feel kind of going into that. It kind of gives it a build up to that second chorus.
Mm,
Now there's some facts about this song.
still going.
Yeah. Fact number one being the first time I heard Brian play it, this is like without the lyrics being finished or anything. Didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Did not like the song. There's one line that he wrote, and that was "Bloodstains on my guitar." When he wrote, when I heard that come out of his mouth when he was playing it, it's like, huh. It got me to think, and from then on, it's like that's when the song came to the progression that's going through now. So
Yeah, one of the tricks I use when writing a song, and I used it in this song, is, especially with it having a distinct intro part to it, is kind of write it like a movie script. Think like the intro is setting a stage, telling you out on the road, 47 days, it's been a while, and just sort of these setup lines before actually kicking into the song, when it's sort of like now it's time for the movie,
You actually understand
No.
what's happening.
yeah, there's a
I
break,
do that, and I do that in some other songs too.
yeah, there's a breakdown at the end of the song that really impresses me too, where it just kind of breaks back down and repeats that lyric in a talky kind of voice. It's kind of
Yeah, and then he's doing that like cadence thing on the drums.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cadence, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm a drum idiot, so.
Yeah, I'm just a regular idiot.
We're all idiots in our own special way.
Facts. We're all special. We're all special way.
I get down the t-shirt.
I'm so bright, my mom calls me son. Yeah, dumb jokes. All right, back to it. The famed band American Rust.
Also, one other note, that was me on the bass on that one.
That was.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep, you
That was a
played
killer
the
bass
bass on
line
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was a bit simple.
Yeah.
I didn't think too fancy there.
You didn't need
Now,
to.
there's a couple little
Yeah.
things you did there that was different than what I do.
Next up is Wolf.
Das Wolfen.
Ah, Wolf.
Anything before we get started?
Yeah, real quick. We did a little recording of this, I don't know if we've put that up for anybody yet to hear, but the original song sounded significantly different.
Yes, it sounded a lot different.
Obviously, it was just acoustic guitar and no bass, so it was just. Half the man I used to be, less the fool, thicker skin and sharper teeth, just for you. I'm out on the hunt and I'm on the prowl. Got your scent, mighty of the woods, oh baby, your silver bullet spin. Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? I'm a wolf, not consumed, hunger for you. I'm a one-man pack, now look tag, and I'm looking for you. Yeah, that was pretty much the whole song. It was a completely different little lead piece in there. That whole sort of theme thing I do.
Dude, did you bust ass?
No, I didn't.
I thought you picked up the guitar just to bust ass because it was shortly after I smelled it.
That's probably who was fucking sitting in there for a minute, man.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Trust
no,
me,
that
I
was a
take
little-
You know what?
That was a little bubble. That was like.
I'll tell you what. All the ass busting you did collected itself inside now. When you started strumming.
Woo! Best spots.
I almost lost it in
his
the middle of you
guitar.
singing, and
Yeah.
I didn't want it to look bad. Oh my God! Holy shit!
Yeah, there's ass steak in his guitar.
Yeah.
Won't
Anyway.
go away.
Let's move on.
All right.
Anyway, but we get to start recording this thing, and we're doing the bass, and we were just messing around, and we did it kind of funky, like we were doing, you know, kind of how it became. Oh, excuse me. And I just needed to rethink the guitar, all that it was doing, because the bass was carrying the song so much that it was like having the guitar continue on doing all that strumming stuff just didn't really make sense. And we did a recording without guitar, and I took that home and just messed around with it on my little practice amp until I finally came up with that. And then it stops there and lets the bass line fill in the next part. And
It adds a 70s cartoonish kind of feel to it.
It gave me that.
Yeah,
That funky wolf feeling.
Yeah, that little funky wolf feeling. So it kind of added to it in a way that I don't think anybody expected. It just kind of, you know, with the bass line and that going on, and you got the funky drums behind it, and then.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Michael sings on this version of the song on the album. This was his debut.
Sure, why not?
If the answer is
every other one we've heard so far on the recording has been me.
if the answer is no, I'll edit this out. But do we want to do a little reveal of the music video?
You think we're in a good time span to where we can reveal that?
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. I'm not sure.
I'll let you guys decide.
I don't see why not.
Okay, so like just say something.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say that.
God damn.
Don't
dude.
say that.
Yeah, he's talking on his ass again.
Working on our first music video. It's gonna be a song that we're gonna talk about here in just a moment.
As soon as Mike can, speak because he's speechless.
I'm covering the cloud of green gas. Make sure you add that.
I will.
The editing
I will.
part there.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll even do a little mist over you.
Our first official music video is going to be set to the song Wolf. So
That's woofing.
we are very excited about it. We've been working at it as we can. But we're not too far off from being able to do something with this and get it out there for everybody to see. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
And just for everybody's information here, I'm sure they want to know, FYI, the song is not called Wolf.
No, it's called I Am the Wolf.
I Am the Wolf.
We just call it Wolf.
We call it
because,
Wolf.
you know,
And no, I believe you guys actually put it
Renamed
up
it.
as Wolf,
We
just
renamed
Wolf.
it.
Yeah, we renamed
that's
it.
okay.
Plain and simple. It happens. It's okay.
But for those out there who want to be American Rust snobs, know that the song is called I Am the Wolf.
Right.
It was originally written as
the-
I Am
And
the Wolf.
you can be a part of the Brian Albright fan club because he is the original American Rust snob.
Yes.
The fucking professor of sphincter.
You know which way I'm turning the next one.
Oh God.
Thank God.
Oh my God. I fear for my life.
You should.
Glad I have a shield right here.
All right, go on with the song.
Yeah, here's some wolf.
Because those roles that you did were just phenomenal.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember thinking back to when we were recording this, so I wanted to keep that funk to it, but then also have more of like a proggy feel, and add in a shit ton of
Prog
bass.
funk.
Yeah, prog funk. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a challenge trying to get all that in there, but we did it.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah. I'd like to see anybody repeat that drum. Fucking everybody. Sorry, you're not going to do it right. It's just not going to happen.
That too. I mean, even just playing it since we released the album, we're even tired.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels like the way we do it now, the choruses have a little bit more energy to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like redistributed it other places. Dispersed.
Because I was noticing that the chorus seemed in that recording seemed like it was a little the energy was down compared to now. It feels like it's much more up.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely
Here.
right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, then again, anytime we play live, there's more energy in what we're doing. So,
It's true. We always sound better live.
yeah.
Fact.
Always.
Yeah.
Except when we don't.
Except when we don't.
Except when we suck.
Any comments on the lyrical content there?
Oh yeah, you fucking suck, dude.
I'm definitely aiming it this way.
No.
No, dude.
Brian started out as being a serious werewolf kind of tune.
We turned it into a
Well,
dude hunting for broads at the bar tune.
Right, because you can't, take a serious.
Well, there was always that duality to the
Oh,
song.
yeah, of course.
No.
Right.
And that's open to interpretation. That's just simply how it works.
Yeah, and with it being more of a funky, more of a fun song, I think
Yeah.
that interpretation kind of fits it better.
Yeah, there's
You know.
definitely two meanings to the song because really the statement of the song that I was going for is that right in the first lyrics is half the man I used to be, less the fool,
Yeah.
thicker skin, sharper teeth, just for you. It's really about becoming a meaner person through all the shit that gets done to you.
Yep.
Right, but it could also be interpreted of, just because you're an old, ugly-looking dude, you don't mean you can't go to the bar and get laid.
Or hell, even the music video.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You guys are in for a treat. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
What do you get a
Yeah,
load of
you will,
this?
you will
Yeah,
laugh.
but some might consider it to be a dog treat.
Oh, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll want to,
Kill yourself.
You'll hurl.
you'll hurl.
You want to rip your eyes out with
You'll
a
want to name your
fork.
firstborn child American Wolf. Not really.
It'll put the fear in you.
Put the
It'll
fear,
haunt your dreams for many years to come.
it'll definitely make you want to put the beer in you, for sure. About the fear, but the beer, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about one.
That's
Yeah.
the first four off
Yeah, that's our first four from
the
the album.
debut.
Yep. So I hope everybody out there gets on their Spotify and listens. We're still on there. you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I was just listening. Yeah, today at work, I was just turning dude on to a few of these songs at launch because his Spotify wasn't working. Right?
Ah.
But yeah, I mean, get on Spotify.
We're on anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We have limits. If you're still one of the people that have a CD player, we have real limited CDs, man. I mean, I think I just gave the last one away that I have.
I have 2 more waiting. One sealed, one unsealed.
Right, and I don't know when we're going to order more. That's yet to be seen, but if we see anybody has interest in it, let us know. We will order more. There's no two ways about it. We'll order more T-shirts. We'll order more things. You know, if you guys want them, we'll order them. But you got to let us know. I mean,
cassette tapes, 8 tracks.
Oh yeah, all of it, dude.
Yeah, 8 tracks.
Yeah. We got reel to reel.
That's about to say real.
Well, if we had vinyl versions of the
Yeah,
album,
we can get vinyl presses.
We got
You
45s.
can, and holy freaking moly.
that'd be awesome. Hell, I'd
Oh,
want
yeah.
people on those.
They got some really cool
Yeah.
designs for vinyl nowadays.
Oh yeah, like the different colored ones
Oh
and
my gosh.
yeah, those what blood albums? They're made from blood and shit. That's just nuts, dude.
Nuts.
That sounds unsanitary.
It's clean.
Yeah,
it's alright.
I mean-
You're fine.
It's encased in rosin. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, anything in case the rosin tastes better.
Yes.
There's
I saw him make a guitar. I was watching a YouTube video of him making a guitar out of ramen noodles.
Yes.
It was the coolest thing ever. It's like, wow, dude. He really did. Just real ramen noodles, bust them apart, put them in his thing, put rosin on it, just went to town. It sounded great. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Ramen noodle guitar.
wow. That's a good note to end on right there. Ramen noodle guitar.
Ramen noodle
Sponsored
guitar.
by.
Right.
Yep.
I wish, dude. Ramen noodle drums.
We're American Rust.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Much love.
Tune in to the next episode. Don't forget.
And this has been
RustKast.
Oh,
He never takes a hint.
I didn't know what you were counting down to.
We'll start again. I'll start on 1 and go for this time. 1, 2, 3.
RustKast.
That's it. Fucking
You guys
fucking goddamn
you